What's going on, YouTube? Cloud NB here, and oh god, I'm so happy to be back. I know this is my first NPL match going up. We're in week 3. Why is it your first? Because my computer sucked. I'm gonna try to be professional and not use profanity in this video. It's gonna be really hard, but I'm gonna try. Basically, my uploads just would not work, just at all. YouTube wouldn't accept them for reasons I'm still not completely aware of. We were using OBS. I don't like OBS. Took forever to get used to OBS, only for YouTube to say, nah, man, you can't upload. Finally got sick of it, wiped my hard drive, got new everything, made a whole new computer. Finally got Camtasia back, which 28 days left. Then it turned into an issue with graphics, and it turned into a time issue. There was so much behind it, so much unnecessary technical issues behind this, and it was ridiculous. Before this happens, I want to personally thank the the commissioner for granting me the appropriate amount of time to get this solved, as well as Greg for helping me through my last issue, which was being able to edit the graphics. For whatever reason, GIMP just wouldn't let me do it. But that being said, ooh, where's my phone? I need that. I think this team builder is on my phone. If it's not, I'm gonna be a sad man indeed, because I would love to be able to give you a team builder. Okay, I don't have my team builder on my phone, which is really unfortunate. It must have been on my old computer before I went and got me a new one. But we are playing Tone, the coach of the Maine Red Clawitzers. And his team is... It gave me a run for my money in my prep. It really did. He had Mew, Scolipede, Heatran, Mega Sceptile, Mamo, Primarina, Zoroark, Como, Mimikyu, and Rotom Fan. I feel like I prepped a little too much for Mega Sceptile. Just a little too much for it. I think, yeah, Lickitung was made to kind of handle Mega Sceptile, as well as Electros to an extent. But yeah, I'm really sorry that I can't give you a team builder. I don't remember half of my prep for this team. But starting on week 4, we're gonna have everything prepped up, because now I can have everything on this computer, not on my old dead computer. So that being said, we are gonna go over the teams at hand. I have a Lickitung. It's got an Eviolite. It's definitely got Dragon Tail, specifically because I don't want Como as head up, and I would like to try to get him to predict a switch so we can do some actual damage to it. We do have the appropriate investment in order to break a substitute if he wants to fake us out with it. Just as well as Sceptile, we can eat a hit from Sceptile, phase it out with a Dragon Tail. Past that, Wish, Protect, Toxic, you know, cleric stuff. Next up, we have Scizor with the Bullet Punch, with the U-Turn, with the Defog and the Roost, because it's really just a clean set. It works surprisingly well here, given Bullet Punch deals, I believe we calced about 60% to Mamoswine. So if we end up getting rocks up, 2 switches, and Mamo goes down to a Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch also hits Mimikyu pretty hard. Hopefully, we don't get willowed in the process. U-Turn was mainly here for Sceptile, obviously, after we scouted to see if he had HP Fire or not. But he didn't bring it, so cool. Electros, an Assault Vest set specifically to help with Sceptile. We do have the Dragon Claw to help with Como and Sceptile, as well as Drain Punch for Mamo and Heatran. And I forgot. Oh, U-Turn as well. I totally forgot the last move. U-Turn was here so we could get the pivot off of Mamo and didn't have to go for Volt Switch. Super physical Electros. Super physical. I believe we're adamant. A Scarfed Excadrill. U-Turn. What? Earthquake, Rock Slide, Iron Head, and X-Scissor. X-Scissor from Mew. Basically, this moveset takes care of a really good chunk of his team. I felt like Scarf was necessary so we could outspeed those obnoxious threats like Mammo. We can outspeed if he's for some reason not running Protect on Scolipede, for some whatever reason not running Protect, we can outspeed that. Mimikyu, if we broke a sub already, we can give it a nice Iron Head. EQ for the Heatran, and X-Scissor. If that's a defensive Mew, I believe X-Scissor does around 50%, so we're going to have to chip that down first. Golem, we have a... Oh, God, what was my item on this guy? I totally forgot the item. I know we have Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Explosion. I don't remember the item, though, and that's really unfortunate because I was really happy with it. Charizard, I can never say these items. I can never say them. Firium Z with Sunny Day, as well as Focus Blast, Fire Blast, and I believe Solar Beam. Yeah, Solar Beam. Because I didn't want to risk Focus Miss on Mammo, considering we could live 2 Ice Shards after Solar Power. Obviously, he's got the Mew, Heatran, Mimikyu, Scolipede, Mammo, and the Como, so he's got a really powerful team. I was really interested to see which Heatran set he was. I was honestly really afraid of Specs Como. And Mammo, I kind of predicted a Sash lead, so I wasn't completely sure what was going to go on here. Either that or a Scully lead, maybe go for some Toxic Spike, seeing that my only real way to get rid of him would be... No. I had Toxic Spikes covered pretty well, provided Rapid Spin, Defog, possible Defog for whatever reason. Yeah, we're going to hop into this. So he's going to start off with that nice, strong Como. Threw me through a loop. Seeing Golem, I wasn't sure if he wanted a Dragon Dance or not. But he goes for the Dragon Claw. I figure I want this thing gone. We're going to pop. Blow that thing down to 12%. According to Tone's calc, that was a max roll, so we lucked out. We go to Charizard. I expected Heatran, so we're going to double into Excadrill, where he actually goes into Mew. I don't want Excadrill against this. We're going to go into Lickitung. I want to see what he's going to do. He goes for a Super Fang, which is actually a clutch play there. Dropping my Cleric down to 50% with the Eviolite. We're going to Wish. I really wanted to kind of scout what he was going to do. I didn't want it to be a Magma Storm Toxic set. That would have been not fun. He goes for the Fire Blast, dealing a significant amount of damage to an Assault Vested Electros. That's not fun. But he gets the Stealth Rocks up. We go for the knockoff. I wasn't sure if he wanted to switch or not. Figured knockoff's never a bad move to go for. But he reveals he does have the Toxic, as Unagi's not going to want to take that. We're going to U-turn out, go into our own Excadrill. I realized how risky this was watching it. I didn't think he'd want to go for the Fire Blast again. But he predicts this pretty well. He goes into Mew to eat that Earthquake, which does a pretty surprising amount of damage. But he can just roost it off. He don't care, you know? But he's going to go back in Como as we set a Wish up. Now this play right here. Lickitung dies to a Drain Punch. It was such a toss-up because we had the Wish set up. And I wanted to click Protect so bad, but I felt like it was so obvious that he would go for a D-Dance. And at that point, there really wasn't a whole lot we could do to stop Como at +1 speed, +1 attack. I tried to call his bluff and go for the Dragon Tail. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us, but I couldn't risk it. I just couldn't. After looking back now, I think Scarfed Mole could have outsped and took him down. So Protect probably was in our best interest there. I just didn't think of it at the time. But unfortunately, we do lose Pootie Tang that turn, and he's going to get some health back. And suddenly, it's a big threat again. So we're going to go into Ginger. Good old Ginger. He switched out into Mew last time, so I figure this is a free point for us to use Firium. I can never say that word. Firium Z. Get our Sunny Day up. Get our speed boost. Get our solar power boost. But he goes into Heatran, which also a big gamble. I went for the Focus Blast last second, as I wasn't sure if he wanted to switch into Mimikyu to predict that or not. Luckily, he did not, and we take the Heatran down. Mammo's going to come in and take down Charizard. We can't afford to switch it in again. That's the big big risk here. But we do go into Scizor. He's going to go back into Mew again. Really didn't make me happy. I should have gone for the Defog there. That would have been my much better bet considering Heatran's down. Went for the Bullet Punch instead. U-turn. He's going to get a Toxic off on a Nagi. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. He didn't do that at all. But we knock off Como's Lumberry, which wasn't too bad. He goes for Drain Punch here. I should have gone for the Dragon Claw. I expected him to switch. I expected him to switch out, but we done messed up. Went for the Drain Punch instead. Should have Dragon Clawed. So Unagi is going to go down. Now that I think about it, there really wasn't a reason for me not to go for Dragon Claw. Oi, hindsight, right? 2020. So we go into Hans Moman, take down the Como, and we are looking at a 2-on-4. Now, this actually isn't horrible for us. We have a big advantage here as long as we can take down the Mew. 2 Steel types versus Mimikyu and Mamoswine and Scolipede, which isn't impossible to deal with. But this Mew is carrying Taunt, which means we cannot Roost. We cannot Roost on this Mew, and that just generally sucks for us. He's going to go for a Super Fang. Luckily, it misses. But U-turn does a nice chunk of damage, and the Rocky Helmet happens, and this is a nightmare. It really is. We're basically locked into a U-turn Iron Head Roost battle, in which I almost need to rely on a flinch. As much as I hate to admit it, I have to rely on the flinch. So we're going to play this game back and forth forever. He's going to taunt, making sure we can't heal up. We're going to go for the U-turn, drop him down to 60%. Rocky Helmet's going to take damage off Scizor. We're going to go into Hans Moman, who is going to take rocks damage as well as the Rocky Helmet from the Iron Head, in which we do not get a flinch from. He's going to Roost up and repeat this whole process again. And slowly but surely, this Mew is whittling down both Mons we would need to basically clear the team out. It's crazy unfortunate because we're just repeating the process and I'm the only one who's actually being whittled from it. Especially since Excadrill needs to be at a specific amount of HP for this to work, or else Ice Shard just comes in and cleans them out. And I believe we're out of that. Yeah, we're definitely out of that range now. It's crazy now. But we really need the Iron Head, especially since Scizor really can't switch in at this point. Yeah, like that's it. We get the flinch now as it doesn't actually matter anymore. Go for a second Iron Head. Hans Moman drops down and he flinches again. The 2 flinches that didn't matter, my friends, is because Excadrill just didn't believe enough. He didn't believe enough. And that's what happens when your faith is weak. But a great game played by Tone. Great team prep by Tone. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. If you want to see it, go check out his side of the video. But next week we will be playing Eon. And that is going to be some crazy stuff. We got a great team prepped up for him. We actually decided to go back to the front office because 0-3 and -11 is not a record you want to sit at, like, at all. So the front office is going to come back into play. Like, coming up with fun, creative stuff is cool, but winning is also cool. So, not to say you can't have both. I'm saying I can't have both. But either which way, stay tuned for next week. Don't forget to go subscribe to the NPL channel. You'll find a playlist for all these matches. You'll find playlists for past seasons matches. Just entertainment for days. That's really what it is. Great way to keep up with all the coaches at once. But anyway, guys, I'll see you next week. But until then, stay frosty.